What's good, beauty gang? So today I'm back with another late night vent session. I posted the first one I ever did last week Sunday, and I'm thinking of doing them once a week every Sunday to like end the week off and start into a new fresh week. Just get some stuff off our chests, both for me and for you guys. You guys really liked the last one. It was about cheaters and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep doing them for those of you guys who did not tune in to last week's late night vent session. Pretty much, I'm just going to be really transparent with you guys, really just real and raw. I'm usually real and raw anyway in my other videos, but this time it's just like, you know, no filter, blah, blah, blah type of thing. Today's video, okay, is going to be about that friend or those friends that come to you for advice or whatever and never take your advice. I mean, like, never. Like, I mean, you sit up there on the phone with them or in person with them or whatever and, you know, listen to them cry out and like, complain and just all this stuff about whatever's going on in life. Most of the time, when you be honest, it's usually about a guy or whatever. And you know, I'm a good friend. I'm fine with listening to you vent and complain and stuff, because Lord knows I have to do it sometimes too. But the problem that I have with those type of situations is when it's reoccurring. And when I say reoccurring, I mean like it's the same topic or issue that you're bringing to me every single time, and then you turn around and ask, so what do you think I should do, or blah, blah, blah. You ask for my opinion. You ask for, you know, putting myself in the shoes. What would I do if I was in your situation? And you never listen. My gosh, that is definitely hands down one of my top 5 pet peeves ever in life. Like, I despise that, because let me tell you, you know, when I invest time and stuff into people, well, into friends, really close friends, where I don't want to say willing, because it almost makes it seem like I'm not interested in listening to their problems. That's not the case at all. But, you know, when your friends go through stuff, let me put it this way. Let me start with this. When your friends go through stuff, and if they're your true friends, like you truly care about them and love them, then you go through that shit with them. Like, they're experiencing a heartbreak or whatever, you kind of feel that too, just because you care so much about them. You don't want to see them hurting and sad and stuff like that. So you literally go through the cycle of life with your friends, and that's why it's so important to choose your friends wisely and choose how much energy you put into situations, because you still have to save some for yourself. Let's be real. This looks so alienish. Like, no lipstick, no brows, just wing liner. That's so weird. Anyway, yeah, I've had plenty of situations where I've, you know, listen to my friends for hours, y'all. I mean, I'm the type of friend that if you call me, regardless of what time it is in the middle of the night, I'm gonna pick up. That's just how I am. Especially if it's not something that's common that you do. And I remember one friend in particular that I used to be really close with, but I kind of ended up just drifting apart from her for more reasons than one. But one of the main reasons was, like, unfortunately, her life and her stress that she was experiencing was starting to affect my own. She had issues with her on and off boyfriend and stuff, and I'm not gonna put their business on blast because that is not my place, but I will say this: I definitely told her, based off everything she told me and complained to me about and just their history, I definitely told her to leave his ass and focus on herself. Like, because the situation she was in, I kind of had been there, done that. Not as deep, but okay, I'm guessing you guys know what I'm talking about by now, that it had to do with cheating, infidelity, or whatever. I had definitely been there before with previous relationships prior to Josh, and I remember kind of feeling like I was stuck in a rock and a hard place, like she was at the time when she would complain and vent to me about what was going on in their relationship. And I don't remember what exactly triggered me to be like, all right, Isi, it's time to move on and get your stuff together. But that's what I was trying to be for her, like tell her, like, there is more to life than this nigga. Like, you can move on, you can do big things for yourself, you need to focus on loving you. You know, all that motivational stuff that us girls need to hear during that time when we're experiencing a breakup and a heartbreak. And it's a very vulnerable time too, because like, you're either on the verge of getting your own ish together and finding yourself, or you're right on the teeter-totter of going back to the person and trying to work it out because you think for some reason this time is going to be different. So she was definitely in those moments, and I felt it was my duty as her close friend to just be real with her and be like, you know what, this dude has kind of messed up one too many times. You deserve better than that. You just got to figure that out for yourself. You got to realize that for yourself in order for you to move on. And, you know, I tried to remain. Oh, by the way, you guys, thanks for that oil tip. I already kind of knew about it just because it was the first late night vent session. And on top of that, I kind of got lost in the sauce of just venting and talking to you guys about it. That y'all kept saying, like, you're rubbing your skin too hard, you're rubbing your skin too hard. So I do have the oil this time. Anyway, where was I at? I think her biggest issue was just that she couldn't figure out her own, she didn't see nor could figure out or discover her own self-worth, because that was like her very first boyfriend ever, her first love, her first everything. And yes, I know that those boys or relationships are usually the hardest to kind of move on from, because you don't think you're going to find somebody better, you don't think you're going to find somebody at all. You're just not really thinking straight, period. They're kind of like your life. You don't really see the life or a future without them, and that's definitely where she was at. So no matter what I said, how much advice I gave her, all that, it did not matter. And that's what frustrated me so much, y'all. Like, so much. Because after a while, I just felt like my time was being wasted. And I don't want to just use that friend as an example either. I've had multiple friends who will like complain to me, usually about a relationship or a guy or whatever, and like ask what should they do or blah blah blah, and I be giving them like good advice. Like, I be spitting out truth, y'all, like putting my whole effort into it. Some of y'all that follow me on Instagram be seeing my deep captions and stuff. I be on that type of stuff, but for like hours on the phone with them. And imagine, to my surprise, when they end up right back in that trap, or right back in that hole, or right back with the person that they said, okay, Issy, I'm gonna be done with them. And you know, I'm never a hater. I don't care that they go back. I care that it feels like you wasted my time, because that was time that I could have been investing in something, no offense, more important. And the only reason I say more important is because you didn't listen. So it didn't help anything. It didn't change anything. So yeah, y'all, I'm sure all of us have kind of been there, done that with those type of friends who constantly come to us asking for advice on the same topics every single time. And I know doggone well I can't be the only one that's frustrated as F with that, okay? Well, I'm not frustrated anymore. I was. Remember I said that these late night vent sessions are usually about stuff that has happened in the past, not the present. And I saw a lot of people in the last video suggesting in the comment section about doing a late night vent session on like friendships and stuff, which I can get into because friendships just carry on. This was just one little bit and piece about a friendship. For the most part, those that would like come to me asking for advice and never taking and stuff, I eventually ended up cutting off. And not really because something bad happened, but just because they were holding me back from the person I'm trying to become, the woman that I'm trying to become. Like, I'm trying to have nothing but positive vibes around me. And it might sound a little bad, but honestly, there's this quote, I'll try to insert it here if I find it, about your 20s and how you're supposed to be selfish in your 20s with your time, with your energy, all that stuff. And I just felt like because I'm in my 20s, I'm very selfish with my time and stuff. And basically, if I'm not benefiting from the relationship or friendship or whatever whatsoever, then I kind of don't need it. And yes, that might sound bad and selfish, but I'm supposed to be selfish at this age. Like, this is the only age range that you really have the chance to be, because when you start hitting the late 20s or the early 30s, more than likely you're starting to have a family or whatnot. So you have to start thinking about everybody else before yourself. And I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm in my 20s. I'm going to think all about my damn self. I'm going to watch out for myself. I'm going to have my own back, you know. So I couldn't keep letting other people's stress and issues affect my life. because it was holding me back. And that's just what it is, unfortunately. So yeah, with those people, if they are still around in my life, I just find myself to, you know, do the head nod and blah blah blah. I don't want to say pretend like I listen, but yeah, kind of pretend like I listen, and I don't give my opinion on it, because I'm like, you're just gonna end up doing the same thing you did you're like the boy who cried wolf, literally. And I'm not falling for that anymore, okay? But yeah, y'all, I just felt like I need to get that off my chest. I don't know why that even came to mind, but I was just thinking, man, I was trying to think of like, what could I have been about tonight? And I just remembered all the times where I got extremely frustrated with old friends who never took my advice. And it's not even a matter of you have to listen to what I say, but at least try to kind of take little steps in the direction of what I suggested, maybe. Or, you know what, I don't even think the issue is that they didn't go with my advice or whatever. I think the issue is that they didn't take any advice from anyone, not even themselves. They just went back. They resorted back to what the issue was in the first place. And that is my problem. But yeah, y'all, that was my second late night vent session. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have had a friend like that or a situation like that or whatever, if you feel me, don't hesitate to comment below and leave your story or your experience, along with suggesting future late night vent session topics that you want me to do. Looking hella glossy. I need to go wash my face. But yeah, you guys, that is all I have for you. Really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm gonna keep them coming. Remember, every Sunday, uploading at 7 p.m. to end your week and start a fresh new week. Get it all off your chest. Okay? That was so extra. But yeah, get it all off your chest and start a new fresh week. So yeah, hope you have a awesome Monday, an even doper week, and I will see you next Sunday. Not really, you'll probably see other videos, but I will see you in vent mode next Sunday. African Beauty out.